topic of the video is what I want to go buy just for one piece, and basically one piece only. For the simple fact is that piece right there. So this cluster doesn't really work. Only half of it works as far as the lights, but you can still see the shit still works, functions properly, whatever. But I actually want to change it up. I did want to get the one with the temp sensor, the ones that come out of the Denali's or Escalades. But everything you see on Marketplace is high as fuck for an Escalade cluster. You might be going around like 150, 200, which is outrageous just for a cluster, but that's the prices on them. People will pay them. So what I ended up buying is a whole vehicle with the cluster. Based on is actually got the correct period center console for the correct truck. So y'all know this interior came out of a round eye, and the center console is different as far as how it looks. It's a little bit slimmer. So I ended up getting this center console at a junkyard. And so, like I was mentioning a while back, I do want to do like a Bose system in here, but a little bit better. So I ended up gutting this whole thing out. So you have your Bose system, and then a whole shitload of plastic here, like I guess reinforcement. And then under this lid, you have your amp that sits on the very bottom, and then your little tray that supports, I guess, the weight of this. So I ended up taking that out. The whole thing in here is gutted. As much as I could gut it, I ended up cutting a shitload of plastic in here. I just kept whatever I could to make sure all this is reinforced and sturdy, and you know, it doesn't look all wonky and shit and bowed out and flimsy. So like I said, what I end up doing is putting a speaker in here. I'm gonna make my own box, make it at a half, and then either you get a 6x9, or not 6x9, 6.5 small sub. Either face it that way. If it's too big as far as standing up, I'm gonna just lay it down and leave like a good inch maybe as far as it being risen up, so it can have room to travel. Or if not, I'm gonna see if I can just face it sideways or some shit like that. But all that's already been done. Y'all, on a later date, I'm gonna get that done. Another thing I want to touch base on is Scar. It looks a little bit different now because we went back to the old traditional. So I had the 24x12s, which I went all the way to Mississippi to go get. They were a nice design. I liked them, but they weren't wide enough. It was a 24x12 on streets with 2-inch spacers. It wasn't wide enough. I wanted to go wider. I ended up trading my brother-in-law for some 26-inch Denali reps on 35. Rode good, looked cool, but I didn't really like that style. Rode it for like a good 3 weeks. Went to Florida to do another trade, and now we're back on wides. So these wheels, they're on Scar. Like I said, the suspension hasn't changed. It's all the same. Haven't cranked the keys up or nothing. This is our 24x14 TIS. I think that the model number is 551V or C, some shit like that. They ain't in the best of shape. They're like a little hazy and shit like that. Couple spots here where I guess I want to say they're pilling, but they're kind of pitting. So what I'm gonna end up doing later on is getting some steel wool and scratching it, even if it's a little, you know, scratchy or whatever you want to call it. As long as the pit is gone, then it'll look a little bit better. All this is just the polish that I used, and I just didn't really take the polish off or whatever. I just left it on there, so if I ever wash it, it should look a little bit better. So we're sitting on 24x14s on 35s, or 1350 wide on 2-inch spacers. So that's as much as it sticks out. The front being a spindle lift, it does stick out a little bit more. So I'm assuming the mirror and the tire are about the same distance. So that's, I don't even know. If I took a tape measure, that'll probably be a good 10, 11 inches sticking out. It does rub like a motherfucker. I barely get a half a turn. That's the new look on Scar. And this is what we're gonna go pick up. So this is a 04 Escalade. Like I said before, the rain and wind gets here. The body is pretty good. Interior, I mean, it has a door panel. That one's missing. This one's intact. It's just missing this top piece. And that one's there. Body's pretty solid. Bumper relatively good. Not cracked, just a couple chips. This side's good as well. This is the main piece I wanted, was the cluster. Possibly the steering wheel. I'm gonna see if I can find some way to swap this over. If not, I'll just end up selling it. I know some people will buy this bitch, but gotta hurry up because the rain is coming back again. No motor, transmission, forward drive, exhaust system still there. Got a battery, got the whole harness. Nothing's cut, nothing's yanked out. Just for the hell of it, the guy that took the motor actually did a good job in keeping all that intact. So we got a whole vehicle with no motor. So this is how it's looking on the cluster. So the one dilemma, well, let's try to turn it on. So everything works. Not sure if the mileage worked because I'm not going to take the truck out for a drive. Not sure if the trans temp will work because I haven't driven it really. It's been sitting for a while. Who knows if that's going to work. But other than that, that's fine. I don't really care. I just wanted the cluster because it looks nice. One thing I do got to do, because I run into that same dilemma with this cluster, is some of the bulbs are out. The voltage, they're kind of lit up. I'm not sure if they're just dim or about to be burned out. But what I'm ending up doing is taking everything apart and actually changing the bulbs myself. The lights I got on this truck is service airbag, service forward drive, because y'all know I don't have forward drive in this truck no more. Service airbag, that's about it. The service airbag thing is because whenever I did the swap on the seats, I didn't try to incorporate the shit for the airbag, or I'm not so exactly sure. I think the weight or something for the seats. Only thing I did was just apply power so the seats can work. So that light is always going to stay on for the remainder of the truck's life. So what I'm going to end up doing, since I'm already in it, is just either taking the LED out, taking the bulb out, whatever it is, or just trying to cover it up just so it won't be there. The ABS light is because I think one of the wires is fucked up on the hubs. I think I pulled it too much whenever I did a spindle lift job from who knows how many times I swapped it out. Like I said, the temp, I'm not sure it works. We'll see later on whenever I get all this dialed in back together. But instead of throwing it in there and dealing with the same bullshit, I'm gonna just go ahead and take it out, actually learn how to do this myself and fix it up, make it look nice, and throw it back in there. So this is gonna be in there for a little bit longer than I thought. Alright boys, so I came across something that I thought would be cool to do. So like I said, I bought this Escalade just for the cluster and whatever. I mean, it was for a good deal and I'm gonna junk it, but whatever. Like I said, I'm gonna use whatever I can out of it. And one thing that I looked at was the mirrors. I'm like, well, how cool would it be to have the function, the puddle light and all that off of the Escalade? But I didn't know if all this was the same as other truck. I'm not sure if you actually had to take shit out of the dash to make it work, and you have to take a harness from here to there that goes into here, then goes over there, whatever. I didn't know if you had to or not, but I did a little research, YouTube, whatever you want to call it, and actually found somebody that actually did it. All you have to do is literally just take the mirror out, plug it back into your switch, and it works. All this is already applied for, all that stuff is already into the harness. But if you don't have that function, or if you don't have that, I guess, high trim model, it just doesn't come included, or it's just not applied for. But it does work. That mirror was already out whenever I bought it, so I went ahead and did it. This door panel was off, just to see the function. I already have the test dummy out. All I did was pull it out, take the clips out for the mirror, pop the other ones in, and this is how we're looking. So this is the puddle light. I took it apart because I think the light was blown, and it was, so I need another light to test it to see if it works. And all I did was just find a little LED thing that I had laying around, plugged it in, and it does work. And another thing, like I said, the turn function works as well. But the bad thing that this mirror is busted, so I'm gonna see if I can find a thing. Either I'm gonna buy LED bulbs for the puddle light, or I'm gonna just buy replacement ones on Amazon, the actual LED ones, see how much they cost. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, and another thing, so instead of having the paint to match white ones, this truck didn't come with the chrome ones, and I just took them off another vehicle. All I have to do is just pull it back, I mean, you can see it's still flimsy. All the thing that holds this in is, if I'm not mistaken, it's just these little tabs. I think they actually pop in or whatever. But if you break them, that's fine. Just align it and use a good bit amount of 3M to hold it on there in place, like I did with this one. And you should be good. Then there's little blemishes on here, but that'll be fine. I'm pretty sure it was rubbing somewhere or heated up or whatever. But like I said, it's a cool little thing that I just looked up and saw. We're going to do this to scar. Another mod we're going to do besides that's what we got going on right now. So this is a little fucked up. So this being the mirror that was already out and just thrown in the truck, that motherfucker, I didn't notice that it was kind of fucked up. So here's like the proof. I'm not sure if it got hit or just, fuck if I know, but it got scuffed. So every time I try to put it in there and position it right, if I move it just slightly or any kind of pressure, it moves and it just wobbles and shit. So one thing I can do is either try to see if I can find another motor, which is going to be hard because these are discontinued. You can't find them. I don't know about part number, this and that. Or just go ahead and get another mirror, or see if I can find one from the junkyard and just change this whole piece. But I'm going to see if I can make it work. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to just find a way to where it just stays sturdy. And for the rest of its remaining life, until I can find something that just stays in one position and you can't move it. The other side, quick and easy, no issues, no problems with this, just got to clean it up. I already got the 3M tape and I took off all the old 3M shit. All the clips broke on me because, I mean, just prying it. The best way to do it, to take these covers off, is just take the mirror off and then pry up on the little tabs and then push it out. But that is no longer working, no longer there. So just went ahead and bought a new 3M, took it off and apply it. Already did a little bit, already bought it. And already as well bought solder for the cluster. So I was going to buy LED lights, but for the price they are, 50 something, and then waiting time, and I just want to go ahead and get this done because it's something I want to do. So what I'm going to do is get the old cluster and do the same process, take it apart, see which ones are good, take them off and resolder them to the other one. And if they don't last for maybe a couple months, that's fine. And then eventually I'll do that LED shit, but that'll be fine. Like I said, I already got the covers. So I was talking about the tabs break over time. Took the 3M off of here, because if you just add layer after layer, it just gets too high, and then you can just see like a gap between the cap and the actual mirror. Which is gracias for my shit. Let's see if we can put it on there, if it lines up properly, if it don't look too different. The LEDs are the same, which we won't tell at night. Got the caps on, got the 3M, got the widest one I could find. Strip, 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 strip. Same thing on the other side. So you remember I said that this thing was going to be flimsy. So instead of trying to find one, all I did was just put a screw and screw these two together. If I ever need to move it, which is going to be a pain in the ass, I'm going to see if I have enough room to at least move the mirror up. Get like a little screw or wrench or something to get in there and just loosen it. Even though it's going to be a pain in the ass because this screw is like maybe like an inch and a half long. So hopefully I never come into the situation where I need to rotate it and turn it. Si no, ya valió chetos. So this is the original one. As you can see, you can distinguish it from a good bit away. Even over here. Now look at the aftermarket one. Can you see it? Ni madres. That's the only bad thing about aftermarket. Everything lines up good, it's just they're not bright enough. But you get what you pay for. And not just that, I think the reason behind that is because that you can see the little circles? LEDs are down here, which I'm assuming will be the reason why they don't shine as bright, because they're not positioned right. But everything's said and done. I already put it in there. The only thing I found was this big ass roll, which you need to have some kind of fine shit. And the only thing we got is like to burn wood, and the punta ain't even getting hot. It's just right there where you see, boy, I got the motherfucking jitters today. Right there where you see the solder, that's the only spot it'll get hot. It wouldn't get hot on the point, so I was kind of struggling. So I kind of got glops going on here. All right, like I said, I got the motherfucking shakies. But the worst one I think is that one right there. And then so I'd replace this one, this one, this one, that one, this one, and that one. Hopefully I didn't fuck nothing up, which who knows, we're gonna find out. A la verga. Like that one right there. Let's see if I can zoom in. A la madre. There you go. See them booger ass shits I did. But they're a little wiggly. Like I said, if they burn out or they fall off or whatever, then I'll end up probably just getting the LED ones. And the good thing about those, you ain't really gotta have the housing. All you have to do is just place them on there and they'll work. Took apart one cluster, all the bulbs are burnt. Who knows what the fuck happened. So I'd actually take out the one that was in the truck, take a couple bulbs and do this. So I'm gonna slap back everything together, slap everything back together. And then, yeah, hopefully I didn't touch shit, but who knows. I'll slap it back together, dial in all the needles for the gauges. Hopefully everything works and everything goes in, because I got to do this shit quick in a hurry because I got to go.